let's start to look at something that's on the alternative side to what I just taught you, right? So I taught you with objects that exist in an outdoor space, how do I get it to show proper shadow? So that works out really well for those objects, but what happens when you're in a space that's actually inside? And I don't recall which direction is north, but looks like Y would be that way. So yeah, so this should be on the shadowy side. So basically, like that. What I'm going to do is kind of put us inside this space. Let me change my oh, there it is. Jeez. Go 35. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. All right. So I changed my lens length to a 35 millimeter lens, but you guys know lens length yet? Okay, some of you don't, some of you do. Okay, good to know. We will talk about that in great detail in the future, but right now you don't need to know it. But anyway, so I put us inside, and what I'm going to explain is kind of the difference, right? So let's use the same settings that we had. Sun is on, physical sky, and we're going to render this thing out. So I'm going to go to render, render. Okay, what you're seeing is a space that is very, very dark, right? Obviously, because it's all in shadow. I'm going to stop that and set it aside, and I'm going to change this to remove the sun, and we're going to render it again. Okay, so it doesn't need to go very far for you to realize that they're basically exactly the same thing. Okay, so the difference is when you're running an interior render versus an exterior render, turn the sun off. Okay, because the sun is going to take a lot of extra time and computing power and energy, and it'll take a lot longer for you to just run a render in an interior environment. So you turn off the sun, the diffuse glow is going to be plenty for whatever purposes you have, and then you just use artificial lighting from there. Okay, so just in case you're curious, what it looks like when we zoom out is this. Okay, so once you're deep in that shadow, sun doesn't matter. Turn it off. Also, yeah, a constant dome wouldn't change anything. Wouldn't change anything either. So let me quit that. Okay, so let's go back to well, I want to keep my thoughts separate, so I'm going to stop this just as like a complete thought, and then I'm going to make another video on actually changing some exterior settings.